And to be honest, this loud, obnoxious woman could never sit at the dinner table with my mama.
I'm a slum lord. Bitch, I'm from the mud, a lot of drug lords. A lot of South niggas, a lot of East niggas, a lot of North niggas, a lot of street niggas. Hey, I'm on the West with it. Little nigga better bring a check with you. I grew up on the...
What's good, world? It's Mr. Young, Active, and Attractive. I am the Toledo Rocket, the hottest, the pop it, the smooth operator, Mr. Captivator, Mr. Two-Tone Jones, Mr. Hey Who's Home, Mr. Up to Par. Ask my mama if I'm a star.
You a star, baby.
Hey, I got Mom Dukes in the building. We got Chef Rell in the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel below. It's the dinner table. Today it's gonna be special because we got a guy. This guy right here, man, he a shark. I call this guy a shark. You feel me? He's in the industry, but not in the industry. You feel me? Meaning he behind the scenes, responsible for a lot of people charting, responsible for a lot of artists getting their money, they publishing their rights, and this cat got a lot of game to give y'all. So welcome to the dinner table, my homie Verse.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for having me.
Verse, it's a pleasure.
Hey, man.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. At the dinner table. At the table.
And we got the lovely mom, man. That's the Mom Dukes in the building.
Okay, say no more. Listen, formally to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure's all
well.
mine. Yes, ma'am.
So before we get into it, Mom, you always ask the guests.
Tell me your affiliation with Dre P.
How do we meet, Verse?
You know what? I'm gonna be really honest with you. I was busy. Listen, I meet so many people, and it's jogging my brain right now.
Pink Pony.
Facts. And you know what? I just thought it was
Taylor,
Taylor.
Pink
No.
Pony,
I
yeah.
just thought it was Taylor, right? And I was like, she had just hit me, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Did you tell her that we was?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Gotta give shout out to Taylor.
Big shout out to
She
Taylor.
made the introduction.
1000%.
But we formally probably met in the nudie bar.
We did. Pink Pony.
We was.
Yeah, shout out Pink Pony.
We said, I'm sorry if I blew your rep. I don't know if you got a wife or something. I don't want to get you in trouble.
We okay.
I don't want
She
to get Verse
understands
in
the
trouble.
vibes. Whoever I'm with understands the vibes. They know I like to go a little shake dance, so check out a little, donate a little bit, to the cause. I'm a philanthropist.
Right. We support entrepreneurs and freelancers. That's what it's all about. We got to build.
You got to.
But
you're not keeping with yourself.
Yeah, okay.
A mutual friend, Taylor, beautiful young lady. I know, really good friend. I look at her as a sister in Atlanta since I've been in the mud. She know that I'm in the music industry. I'm an artist, songwriter, all of the above, actor, whoop-de-whoop. But she like, yo, my homie Verse, you gotta meet him. And she was talking about y'all was linking up. So we go to the strip club, and we call the strip club the office. Because that's where a lot of deals get made. That's where you meet a lot of significant different people, and
some on the golf course, some in the strip club.
Yeah, what they all have in common is money.
Right.
You know, and it's not really a color thing, it's a green thing.
Right.
So I met Verse, me and Verse clicked, and Verse, she was actually at the time you was doing some Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah,
you had a little cameo or something?
Nah, not even that. My ladies was with my ladies on it, so I did it to really kind of support her, and then it ended up kind of going viral because I come with the energy.
Okay.
So I was on like 5-6 episodes. We start filming again next week. So they're having me back.
Cool.
Now me as a record executive, and I've been in the business 20 plus years, and it was a little bit different for me to be in front of the camera, per se, outside of like a podcast or maybe an interview here and there, but really like that. So it changed the narrative a little bit when it came to exposure and visibility. Right. And it actually worked really, really good.
Well, I like to say it's in you, not on you. And it's definitely in you. Like, for me, with the first time the cameras come on, it was adjustment. But when you got that vibe for the camera and that energy, sometimes the camera needs you. You don't need the camera.
I always heard, listen, no matter where you are, there you are.
I like that.
You like being in front or behind the camera?
That's that simple because it has to be a double-edged sword. You have to have both sides of the coin.
Okay.
You don't have to, but it's very, very much more beneficial if you do.
Was that natural for you?
Actually, it was just because by chance, me having the certain energy that I come with, it's like a performance energy, but not really to a point where you're performing for people, but it's more so like you're giving education with some spice to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm feeling New York from you. New York energy.
I'm a Jersey boy, Garden State.
Jersey.
Born in Atlanta, raised up top, Jersey.
Jersey.
For my Latinos out there, New Jersey. For my Latino community, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
And then for my gangsters, they say, yo, I'm from Jersey. I'm from North. I'm from the Brick City.
Okay.
So yeah.
Where's New Brunswick?
That's about 45 minutes north of Essex County. So New Brunswick, we actually had a lot of time spent out there because one of my great friends, and my cousin, they graduated from Rutgers.
Okay.
So, Rutgers, he was out there.
Yeah, University.
So, shout out New Brunswick, my homie Marquise, he Pool Boys, one half of the Pool Boys.
Nice.
He from there.
Okay.
But I remember when, we went to the Apollo. I made amateur night at the Apollo Verse.
Did you really?
Yeah, when I was young in my amateur
No
days.
bull, no Sandman?
None of that.
Oh, nice, say that.
They had me come back.
Mama, tell it. Listen, Mama, tell about it. Okay.
Crazy story. We went to go shopping in the fashion district, whatever they call it, and the homie was like, "Yo, they having auditions for amateur night, and they have them every 3 months, but they gonna be tomorrow. You gotta go."
Sure.
So I went out to Harlem. We got there. The line was wrapped around the building.
Right.
But my homeboy was there with his artist. They was about 8th in line. Shout out Dangerous. He was in the line with his artist Rhythm. So we jumped the line, and we got to perform. Me and Rhythm got picked. I was a hip hop act. He was an R&B act. But when we went back to do amateur night and I did my thing, I stayed in Secaucus.
Did you?
And it was
17, Paramus, Secaucus.
Yeah, right over the bridge, cheap hotel.
It's the best place. Listen, don't get it twisted. Everybody whether you're visiting or whether you come up and get you a few dollars and move to Jersey, that's what it usually happens. People from New York, they get the bag, they move across the
Fab probably got a nice
Fab live in Jersey. Everybody lives in Jersey. Everybody lives in Jersey. Everybody. Well, I come up in Jersey. I'm from South Orange, Maplewood area, right outside of North New Jersey. So I went to school and grew up, or was around. They got Lauryn Hill. You have. And just go to Andrew Shue and Melissa Shue from Melrose Place.
I remember the old movie New Jersey Drive.
Yeah, but that was. But they filmed that in Brooklyn. They never did in Jersey.
Give us the game,
yeah. Stay real, kid. Shout out my man Midget. That was on there, but that was shot in Brooklyn. So he's like, yo, take that on Avon Avenue. That wasn't on Avon Avenue. That was shot in Brooklyn. They didn't shoot it in New Jersey. And it's okay.
It's all good.
A lot of people didn't know.
But that's where if you know, you know.
No doubt, 1,000,000%.
So let's get into this luxury group you got.
Okay.
The luxury group, I know that you help facilitate artists getting deals. You help facilitate publishing rights.
A little bit of everything. The luxury group is a management firm and is now migrated into more of a distribution and record label. Not more of, but it is. So it's a management firm where it comes down to brand management as well too. So we've done some of the biggest branding deals, like even for Lola Brooke, we did 50 years of hip hop with Timberland.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And we're merging
So it's not just music with you?
No, not just music. Music actually was the vehicle that allowed me to spawn off into the branding side of things. And ascertaining a certain relationships as it moved forward. But managing writers and producers was the main conduit. So over a 4 or 5 year span between 2000 and I want to say 18, 19 to 2023, we sold about 27 million records, and that's the producers and the writers. So that goes for
7 million.
What does that equate to monetarily?
Depending on, so I'll share it with you. So as the management firm, when we do these placements and these producers and writers get these placements, the management firm ascertains 5%. Of each record, right? So we have big records that have come out, like 3-Headed Goat for Lil Durk. Emwell, the Emmanuel album, Lil Durk, Polo G, and Lil Baby. And then Emwell with Emmanuel album sold 10 million. It's almost at 11 right now. Polo G, Die Legend, Polo G, Goat.
Speaking of Polo G, and shout out to other platforms. I've just seen Gillian Polo G interview.
Yeah. I watched Polo come a long way. No, let me say this.
The house, the cars, the records are on the wall.
They are.
I do my research.
Polo sold 30, 40 million
records.
Like Polo G,
shout out to you, Polo.
Yes, Polo Capitalized doing his numbers. He has a good team. Mom and dad are around him. You know what I mean? He has good mentors. Polo, from me knowing him, he's very docile individual, like you're gentle giant, he's smart, he's not a loud guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's very chill. Right. And his business is together.
Well, let's talk about what you just said. You said he got a really good team.
Yes.
You said his mom is around.
Sure.
You said
Daddy's around.
His business is together.
Around. That's right. 100%.
That almost sounds like me and you, Ma.
I know.
You feel me? But the team, how important? Let's talk about how important the team is, man.
Well,
like when you get these artists that that are charting and they doing 27 million.
Sure.
Like, what does it take to get an artist on the top Billboard?
Or from a hustle mindset to
exactly. That's something we ask about. From hustle to flow.
Right.
How you go from hustle to flowing?
Well, it's like this. Like Jay-Z had a line in the record "Dirt Off Your Shoulders" when he was like, from bricks to billboards, from grams to Grammys, right? So it's that in between that matters, though.
Exactly.
It's the journey, right? So what happens is that when you have an artist and you look at their team, a lot of times their team is shifted a couple of different times. a lot of the most successful artists out there have kept the same teams. Like, I'll give you an example, like Ludacris, for example. You know, Shaka and Jeff, they've been around him since the beginning and up until currently, right? So, and his career has been all the way through the roof with no stops, right? Well, as we see as a people.
But it goes up. You feel me? It doesn't look, it's not stagnant, it's not declining.
So do you think an artist needs to also be an entrepreneur or just an artist?
No, what an artist needs to know how to separate the business from the creativity.
Correct.
You know, so I believe that an artist should not be an artist without going into the business of entrepreneurship, you know, and that is what it is. You are actually an entrepreneur. The moment you upload your music to DistroKid, you are now a business person.
So talk about that. Like, what's the difference between the luxury group and the DistroKid?
Well, the DistroKid is a platform that you just go and distribute music on, right? It's very direct to consumer. With the luxury group, we're a production company that houses a management firm, right? So within that, we have our various distribution scenarios from Too Lost to, you know,
Sony
Gamma,
ATV,
and what Sony ATV is now Sony Music Publishing. Because it used to be ATV. And ATV changed over to Sony Music Publishing. It was on ATV when Michael Jackson had half of the Beatles catalog and the other half was owned by Sony as well. But Mike Jackson had ATV, so that's when they talked about Eminem's catalog. But Eminem, you know, did a publishing deal with Sony ATV. So of course, if Mike was part owner, then of course he would quote unquote.
Now you said something in the interview that I heard you say that you taught me a jewel about catalogs. That you can never technically sell your entire catalog. Correct. That after 23 years?
It's 23, 24 years. So people kind of get it misconstrued a little bit, and they're saying, look at the copyright and the catalog law. What it is that they don't allow you to sell it 100%. Be gone forever. Right. So after the year terms at 23, 24 years, it's supposed to come back around. But it's how you work your contract.
Okay.
It's another thing too. When you sell a catalog, like I sold a Pussycat Dolls catalog, for example. I bought the Pussycat Dolls catalog back in 2000 and
that wasn't cheap, y'all.
20.
Okay.
And
that wasn't cheap.
I paid it was in a I want to say what figure was it? It was a 9-figure sale. Right. But you know what it was that they had a 50-50 joint venture deal with Interscope, which basically means anything that they had come out with, Interscope would go to Interscope as well too, right? So that was me purchasing that and the 50-50 deal. Right, we took it. My constituents, you know, were owning of a hedge fund. So they say, hey, I'm going to get in the music business, the business of music. We move these catalogs around like we move stocks. You know, so what we did, we sold for a nickel. Bought for a nickel, sold for a dime. Quote unquote, whether it was $2 million and sold it for $6, whether it's $7 million and sold it for $9. So shout out to my people at Reservoir, you know, media and catalog sales, you know, that we end up buying it from us.
So are you a venture capitalist group?
No, I'm not at all. So I deal with venture capital. So VC firms are like Andreessen Horowitz, right? So Andreessen Horowitz is Mark Andreessen, Ben Horowitz. Mark Andreessen created the Internet Explorer. So he owns the patent to that. So Andreessen Horowitz is a VC firm, and they actually back a lot of different ventures, like Queensbridge Ventures, which is Nas's fund as well.
Y'all hearing these jewels they dropping on y'all? Talk about it. You know, where your horn at? Talk about it. Cook dog, let's go cook dog.
I mean, took the
money. About the
VC. The horn. I'm sorry.
No, that's right.
No, but you're right. You know, and see what you're saying. For those that there we go. For those that don't know, like when people hear about artists selling their catalog, man, he must be broke, he must be running out of money. But it's business because and then you just gave a jewel that you get it back. Like so, if I sell, plus if you're an active artist, I always feel like if you still putting out product that's selling, half that old catalog from 10, 20 years ago, that's okay. You can get rid of some of them hit songs because you got more songs coming out.
It's an option. So when they look at Future, he sold his catalog of Metro Boomin. They only sold half of the catalog. So you have the writer side, which is your publisher. You have your publisher side and your master side. So your master is your composition side, right? So what side are you selling? Right. Are you selling all of it? Right. Or are you just selling half of it? Right. So, you know, Jay-Z had this like indoctrination when, you know, they had an interview with
And real quick, before you go to that, he just said Future and Metro sold half their catalog, and the project they just released has streamed more than any catalog or any project they ever put out.
Wow.
You know why, right?
So when you're putting out music like that, but go ahead.
It doesn't matter. Like, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. Like when I say you take the Dream. The Dream sold his catalog to Hypnosis. You know, $20, $30, $40 million, and for a board seat. Right, and also on a board seat, so that's really great. So it was like when he was battling Sean Garrett on the Verses, it was like he could have said some crazy shit like, you know, I own your catalog, dog. You know what I mean? I own all these songs you perform. You know what I mean? But at the same time, understanding business, right? So the Dream sold his catalog up until a certain year. Same thing with Future up until a certain year. All my compositions after 2022, all me again.
Okay.
Same thing with Drake. When Drake got out of his deal, when you look at any album, Scorpion
so you can sell your catalog for a period of time.
Yes.
You don't just sell it forever. You don't just give it away. You just sell it for a period of time.
So, Mama, what happens is this, and even so say I'm selling my catalog records that I recorded from 2001 to 2018.
Right.
That's that bunch.
Right.
So after 2018, I don't want to sell that part.
Right.
They put a valuation on that up to 2018.
Right.
And it comes back to you eventually, yes.
Yeah. So in your business, who is your customer?
Well, the business of music that I'm in, you know, every creative, you know, so to speak, a producer, you know, a writer, you know, an executive producer.
Will be your customer.
Of course, and artists as well too.
Okay.
Yeah, 1,000%. In that space, so artists will be my customer for brand management deals.
Gotcha. So that's your market value.
Sure, but it goes into the market value.
Right.
So you're actually instilling 2 or 3 different sides of that one umbrella.
Gotcha.
Is anyone that you name that you prefer? Like you like working with artists more than producers, or more than labels or soda?
Well, I think that
what's your funnest endeavor or business?
I love profitable.
Well, not even most profitable.
It's 2 different sides because you know I like working with songwriters. Right, I love working with songwriters, and then whether we're working on a record for Rihanna or Florida Georgia Line or whomever, we're working on a record. I'm all about the sonics, right? Okay. I get in, I'm excited about the sonics, knowing that this might not pay me until whatever later,
for sure.
But that's the creative juice, right? So I love to do that, right? But the profitable side goes into like the syncs. Goes into like negotiating the pub deals, right? Like I have a relationship with a company called Holler, right? And you know, all they do is they do the majority of the sync and the music for Hallmark. Okay. You know, so holiday time is really big. You know, holidays, stuff like that. So that kind of goes across the board. But I love profitable wise, and of course it works you out of your publishing deals. So if you're in your sync deal, if you're doing syncs and I do 30 or 40 syncs, they get paid $5,000 to $7,000 per side.
Oh wow! Okay.
Per side, your master side, your publishing side.
Good. Okay.
And my publishing side, if I got a $500,000 deal with Sony and I do 20 syncs, just say for example we're at $20,000 a pop.
Right.
$10,000 goes back to my recoupment. $10,000 go in my pocket.
Right. I got you.
You know what I mean? It's the fastest way to recoup a pub deal. So I like that side when it comes to earning. It's more so about the publishing side. When it comes to earning.
That's a quote that we talk about. A will buy B because of C.
Yeah, A will buy B because of C.
A lot of people just have A and B and can't understand the dynamics or the economics or the mechanics.
It's a formula. It's a formula.
You gotta have a formula.
It's like pi.
Right.
You know, you say 3.14 and you're like, okay, that's pi.
Right.
That's the formula. Yeah. Right? But most people wouldn't understand the formula.
We call it a business model.
That's a good thing. It's good. That's a good nickname for it. I love it too. Yeah. Business model. That's one of the popular nicknames for it.
You mentioned a couple records. Any other artists that we may know that you help chart or really just come out, or who's out right now that you're working with that we may know about?
Man, like, you know, I'm not gonna hold you like of course Coco Jones. I see the record.
I like
you know, my producer, you know, Ray Keys, he co-produced that record, so we just got a Grammy for that. Coco Jones.
You say that shit like it was, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because I've been around. I've been around. You know, I've been around. You know, Grammy life for a long time. Yeah, you know, I remember when I first started managing producers, I was managing Insane Wayne, rest in peace, Drummer Boy's older brother, and then being around the whole drum squad, and then picking up Grammys from, you know, put on for my city. You know what I mean? There's certain things like that. It's just like, you know, I've been around for a long time. My first group was Mindless Behavior.
Okay.
You know, I used to be an artist, and then
Mindless Behavior.
Yeah, that's a young era. I think you're a little younger than me, so I think that would fall into Prince, Rock and Royal, and what they do.
So what brought you to Atlanta? I'm just curious.
Oh man.
How long have you been here first?
20 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 or more than that. I got here in 2001, so really maybe 22, 23 years. But I lived in LA too and still kept a place here. Thank God for economic living.
Got you.
You know, economically feasible living, and it allowed you to keep your place here and still live somewhere else too.
Yeah, that's why I'm venturing off in the Airbnb business.
It's a good thing.
And I'm trying to get about 5 more. I got 2, Vegas, Atlanta.
Nice.
You know, and I want to do Houston, maybe somewhere in Florida.
Sure.
But it's passive income, and it's a way to travel, do what you want, and not spend no money.
1,000%. You always want to have somebody pick up the tab. That's when
everything
money. The OPM is everything, and that's where we kind of tend to not pay attention to that, you know, and really worry about the recoupment of it. But it's always about other people's money when you're going into the business.
So you done sold 27 million with people you've helped assisted. You done been on Grammy winner list.
Yeah.
You've been in Atlanta. You done been on the East Coast. What's next for Verse, man?
Man, right now.
What would you like to do? Because it seems like you got everything at your fingertips. Everything is on the plate. You've been eating.
Yeah.
You feel me? So what's the next dish?
I think what is my thing? Like I stopped chasing the money a long time ago and started going after the passion.
Okay.
You know, and then that allowed me to kind of make my gift a little bit more visible, right? Whether that came with communication and education, right? So like, I mean, we've done the music, the branding, you know, and being in that space. The next thing is just making everything come full circle and be 100% running machine, right? So but right now I feel like it's at a 60%. That's how I feel. Even with having 7 employees and 2 interns, I still feel like it says I want 30 employees
for real,
and 20 interns.
Exactly.
You know, we got to keep elevating. You know what I mean?
Expanding and getting bigger.
And I go there, like, you know, working on the various things when it comes to like branding deals, fragrances for Karlie B, and work the skincare line for this person, and you know, and I just make it become full circle because you use the music as a conduit to go to the other places as well.
Absolutely. You know. Music is timeless, and then there's so many ways that you can attach businesses to it.
Sure.
Putting music behind it, even with the production we got with the dinner table, I'm getting royalty checks from songs 5-10 years ago.
Well, that's what it's about, though. It's like the mailbox money.
Yeah.
Right. So people don't get that, right? Like, so when you have to, like, you ask an artist, you know, your PRO, and they're like, what is that?
Right.
You know, and it's like, so with me, for example, all the records that I have like percentages in, so every year I do an admin deal for like a couple $100,000, and then it recoups because like, I got 40 placements out there, right? I got 5% of, and they just keep turning over.
It's already done made its money.
And somebody collecting money. And speaking of that, the catalogs. This is another thing. When people say, "Oh, why are you selling the catalog?" Because that part of the catalog, I done made all the money off that already.
Right.
Those old music, right? That your $16 million checks over 2 or 3 or 4 years, done went to $500,000, $300,000. I have a company over here that's saying, "Hey, let me give you $70 million for that."
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, a lump sum right now.
Right. And that's what they're doing, though.
Yeah. I might have $25 million this future. Say I got $25 million cash, but I got my label. I want to fund my label so I can run it up to go get the leverage to go get a big bag from over here. So why wouldn't I take the 70?
You got to invest in yourself, man. And you feel me? And it's funny that you say that. Even if you spending $1 to $100,000,
but you know what?
People want to see you put it into yourself and bet on yourself.
That's going from a hustle mentality to a venture mentality. Like when you go from an entrepreneur to a CEO, it's venture. You taking that hustle to venture because you're scaling. So you got to think in terms of how do you scale, and that's what you've done. You've scaled your business, and a lot of people don't think in terms of, is my business scalable?
That's because they're not thinking about being of service.
Yeah.
Your business is scalable when you're being of service. Like that's one of my number one things. Like I'm not so much in it to connect you with this person to make a check. Like I see you have something viable. I see what you're doing, and I just got off the phone with this guy over here that can actually change your situation.
Right.
Why wouldn't I connect it to it?
Exactly. It's automatic.
Right.
It makes sense.
That's what you think, and that's what I think, and that's what you think, and that's what probably everybody around us that hears this thinks.
Right.
But unfortunately, all sense isn't common, and you don't do it.
Common sense.
So instead of you going to the brother man, you end up getting the check from the other man.
Right. Hello.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then once the brother man see you got a check from the other man, then now they want to come your brother man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Or the brother man was acting like the other man till you met the brother man.
And then they want to show you their other hand. Oh, I see you now. Show you the other hand.
Right.
Oh, you ain't see this one. My bad, bro. Sorry, respectfully.
And now you got another plan.
I got another plan. Now you have another plan.
Verse, you've given us a lot of jewels, a lot of beautiful information.
Yeah.
We could talk all day, but it brings us to our next segment of the show. It gets a little chilly, a little hot in here.
Okay.
So I got a hot sauce question for you that we're going to pull the lid off and we're going to see what it is, man.
What's your hot sauce question?
And it can't be no cap in your rap, because, you know, it is what it is.
That's right. Come on.
Verse. What's the worst verse you had to shop, and how did you fix it?
The worst verse that I had to shop, and how did I fix it? The worst verse that I ever had to shop, and how did I fix it? Wow, that's a strange question, right? I think that the worst verse, man, that's hard right there, because then I gotta go in, because you know I typically don't fuck with nothing whack.
Okay.
I don't. Like
Teach me something new.
Like with me, I came to a space in my career where I was like, oh nah, if I don't like it, I ain't gonna jump next to it.
Has there ever been a genre of music that maybe wasn't your forte, that this shit is selling, but this ain't really your cup of tea?
Oh yeah, listen. Oh okay. So for example,
we put it in that perspective.
Okay, so say like Soulja Boy. way back in the day, it was a commercial for the sneakers or some shit like that we were doing back in the day, right? And then, and I remember, and I was like, I ain't really kind of cool on the Soulja Boy. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not listening to that, you know what I mean, at the time, but he's a phenomenon. Right. You know what I mean, or whatever, but I'm not jumping on him, you know what I mean? Right. But we gonna get
let him money. Tell her this was the first rapper to do a shoe commercial.
Yeah. You feel me? Right. He might have been one of the first rappers to have his own sneaker, like a real, you know, you got ABC company to help you make the sneaker. It's not a Nike. Right. Not a Reebok. It's not an Adidas. It's a Donnie. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it might have been, it might have been my assistant and that music for the sneaker commercial.
Was it successful?
Yes, we got a check from it.
That's all that matters.
You know what I mean? We got to check on it. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Like, that's what happens. Like, I had this conversation, like, really quick years back when I was like, hey, man, look, even though we ain't riding around playing it, that don't mean we can't get no money.
Right.
You know,
that's right.
So
it might not sound good, but it's spin good.
It may not be what I like, but there's a niche for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
A niche for it.
Yeah. So like I told you, man, it's the dinner table. Every show we have a beautiful dish that we prepare for our guests. The house chef is in the building. Chef Rell is in the building. Chef Rell from Mississippi. So Chef Rell, he gonna bring us something out, but I also got something for you, brother. Okay. My brother. Mud City is the brand, that's the sponsor.
Oh, say that.
Our other sponsor, Delta 9, is in the building. Get you some gummies from Delta 9. If you ain't got none of them, gummies have you acting funny and not feeling too slummy. Yeah, have you moving and grooving. It's a treat with players meet.
So is that what,
but that's a Mud City Royal Blue for you, baby.
I love that, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
And then let the people know, of course, how we got to keep up with you. I mean, I know you behind the scenes, but you've been on the camera.
Well, you know, in the front, it been in the front. I mean, you know, you watch Love and Hip Hop. I hate to just start off with that one, but that's every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. And I say I need to start off with that one, but it's because with me,
promote the brand.
Myself, Clothtalk is the brand.
Okay.
Verse Tyler is the name.
Okay.
And we here to educate and inspire.
Good.
You know.
What's your girl's name on the show?
Karlie Redd.
That's what I thought. Karlie Redd.
No, you Karlie Redd.
That's dope.
Where you with Karlie Redd?
Shout out Karlie Redd, man. Yeah.
That's nice.
So Chef Rell, what you got over there whipping up for us, man?
Oh man, today we got some Southern style chicken tetrazzini, brother.
Southern style chicken tetrazzini.
Say that.
Tetrazzini.
You bring it on out for some players.
Yeah, like that action.
Chef Rell from Mississippi, man.
Yeah. Y'all follow me on the gram too, Clothtalk Verse, all platforms, Clothtalk Verse. You already know the vibes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That looks beautiful.
Okay, let's see what we talking about. I like that action.
Yes, sir.
Turn this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say that. Okay.
Straight like that.
Okay.
You reach over.
Yeah.
Straight like that, player.
Okay.
Well, we got a toast or something to the dinner table.
Yeah, we'll take a toast, and then we got to try it, of course, before we go. Toast to Chef Rell and the chicken tetrazzini.
Verse.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now, I would sip this, but it's water, so it's not a shot.
But we're going to fix that. We're going to remedy that for you.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
We're going to
split it side.
Yeah, so let's see what's going on.
Let's see. This looks wonderful.
Looking a little creamy. Paul.
Oh, my God. I think I just escaped to Italy, my friend.
My brother.
You were kind of good, right?
Stop talking to me. What you got in it?
We got love.
Okay.
We got love in it.
That's the recipe?
Yeah, it's some southern love. I'm sorry, country love.
It's got a little kick to it. I love spicy food.
Got a little kick to it.
Everything from the south gonna have a little kick to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, y'all. Y'all missing out.
Thank you for tuning into the dinner table. You ain't gotta have cable for the dinner table. Sponsored by 1 Degree, Delta 9, Mud City, and subscribe to the channel, The Dinner Table with Dre.
A lot of South niggas, a lot of East niggas, a lot of North niggas, a lot of street niggas. Hey, I'm on the West with it. Little nigga better bring a check with you. I grew up on the West, Cali Matt nigga. If you ain't never been, bring a vest with you.
Look, I'm from the west of the T. Get to the back, we be making a lot. Move all around like that hand on the clock. It's going down like we fucking with Jock. We pushing P over here. We got the best, whatever you want over here. Don't get lax, watch your back. Watch how you step with your vest over here.